Back in 2013, when I was 14 years old, I witnessed the aftermath of the most recent 100-year flood to hit my hometown. A 100-year flood really means that a flood of such magnitude has a 1% chance of happening in any year. Well, this one was so bad that there was a state of emergency declared. Now, the funny part about all this is that I was camping up in the mountains when the rain started. Only on the way home did I really start to realize just how much it had rained. We had to detour 3 times because there were roads or bridges out. To put it in perspective, the average rainfall for my area in the month of July is about 4.5 inches. Well, according to the local paper, my area alone received upwards of 15 inches of rain in 24 hours. Now, not only did I sleep in a tent for the storm of the century, I also thought it would be a good idea to go kayaking 2 days later. Here's the basic trek I had always used. Get in here at Providence Church Road, and then get out here at Greedy Highway. Well, the first sign of danger came at this little bend in the river right here. Looking closer, you can see where the bank used to extend all the way out right here, and that it's no longer there. This is what it looked like before the flood, with the bank still intact. And this is after. This satellite image was taken about a year after the flooding, and you can still see the leftover debris of what used to be the backside of the bank. And then there's this little strip of whitewater right here that shows the only passable point anymore. In more recent images, you can plainly see that the center line of the river was shifted from here to here. It was quite shocking then, but now the area almost feels like a pond. So, after seeing that and having to go around a few more patches of downed trees, I finally reached my family's first campsite, which is right here, where I could have gotten out and walked to my house, which is right there. But since I had seen how bad everything was upriver, I wanted to see how the damage was in practically my backyard, so I continued wanting to get out here. This is where the most dangerous part of the entire journey happened, and this is the bank that it happened alongside. Landslide territory, and boy was it bad. From an aerial view, you can still see the dark scars left behind in the hillside. And removing the overlay, you can see all of the trees that were left laying in the water after a year later. This is what I encountered up close and personally. No doubt that this put an extreme suspended solid load on the City of Newton drinking water intake point located about 10 miles downstream. By my calculations, about 94,000 cubic feet of soil entered the river from just the 2 events I saw. On past the drinking water entrance point, the Jacobs Fork River combines with the Henry Fork River to create the South Fork River of the Catawba River chain. While this was devastating locally, overall the river system eventually absorbed the blow. After all, here is the location in 2018. Only in the last 2 years has it been a moderately nice area again, and only in the last 4 could you pass easily in a kayak again. My mom and my uncle have told me that this is the worst erosion they have seen on the riverbank in their whole lives. So in saying that it was time for an event like this to occur, doesn't make it any less devastating. From my education, I have learned that this is just a common example of a river maturing, but that doesn't make the damage it causes any less significant.